devil is honestly just like the sneakiest little guy ever. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, the way that our minds work, and the way that the devil knows how our minds work and how he can just get in, and just with one little thought can just implant just like a seed of doubt or temptation or anything else. And then that can just, get rooted in your mind, and you find yourself thinking about it and thinking about it. And then after a while, that's how you'll act, and that's who you become. So it's just a slippery slope. But the five main, I think, ways that the devil attacks our mind are he attacks us with fear. So like saying, fear of the unknown, fear of what others would think of you. He attacks you with worry. Again, like, well, what are people going to think of me? How will I do this? Blah, 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 blah. The fear, the seed of temptation, which is honestly probably one of the biggest ones in my life. I know for me, the devil's gotten into my life with temptation more ways than I'd like to admit. And it's something that if we're not careful about, we'll end up just being in a cycle of sin because we go down this road of temptation. We don't know how to stop our minds from going down that path. And then we just find ourselves doing things over and over. And then the other two are lack of worth or value and uncertainty. So almost, I think, every thought that we have that is not of God can fit into one of these categories. So it's good to just know what they are. And even as you're sitting here, just think to yourself, what is the one thing that the devil is really using in my life to try and attack my mind? And then you can maybe fit it into one of those categories. But it's important to realize that the battle in your mind, the battle for your mind, it's not something that we take lightly. It's something that you really need to, sit down with and ponder on and realize for yourself, if I don't start getting the thoughts in my mind right, I'm not going to get to where God wants me to be. And that's something that I've, been thinking of and really going through recently.
Yeah, that's good. I often think like, because we're not sitting here being like we have perfect thoughts.
Yeah, no.
There are thousands of thoughts that cross our minds as humans every single day, and most of them can be detrimental and can be wrong thoughts. But it's a matter of how you taking captive those thoughts. How are you, combating it? What are you replacing those thoughts with? Yeah. What are the key strategies involved in, taking that bad thought or that sin, that temptation, that worry and that fear, and flipping it on its head and saying, hey, no, like God's given me the power to overcome this. Yeah, it's a big battle in the mind. And I think that the devil loves to play like a question game. A lot of the times it's like, oh, do you really want to do this, or should you really do this? Are you sure you're a Christian, for example? Like there's doubts of, are you worthy? But it's reminding yourself who you are, where your identity lies, and how to combat that.